Welcome back, everybody, to episode 17 of Unemployed to Hall of Fame. We are just 9 days away from the start of the new season in our new division, Northern Premier League Premier Division, which, as you can see, is the one below the Vanarama National League's North. So we're almost there. We've got one more league to do before we break into the National League, which is not what we're aiming for, but we'll take it if it increases our reputation. We will take it. We have been very busy in the off season. We've had a few changes going on inside the club. We have had, which I will show you now, we have had a couple of new arrivals here. We have had Connor Scullion, who has come to provide some cover on the left wing for Leader Williams. He looks pretty handy. He's got good crossing, good dribbling, and a good bit of technique there. We got him on a free transfer from Edinburgh Uni, but he has got some Scottish League experience, starting his career at the Hamilton youth teams over in the Premiership. So just got him as backup. He's on £160 a week. We have got some new wages, new players on big wages now, but we've had to step it up with that step up to the new league. We've also got Rogan Ravenhill, who is on a full-time contract. I brought him in as backup to Bardsley, but Bardsley is on that non-contract, so it's sort of also protecting us in case he leaves. At least we've got some backup there. He's 19 years of age, and we got him free from League One Barnsley. So again, good little backup. He is on a bit of a hefty wage, but I had to get someone in ASAP, and I mean, he's got the rushing out. Ignore the eccentricity. The rushing out was a big thing for me because I like playing that sweeper keeper role. And we've also brought in this season, if we move across to here, we've brought in Tom Kelly on loan from Wrexham. He's 18 years old. He's got a bit of pace. Again, just providing backup. I mean, he doesn't look very sexy, but I'm sure he can do a job for us. We're paying them nothing as well. So in terms of backup, Wrexham are all the way up in League One now. But that is absolutely fine for what we're looking for backup. We've also signed Jake Wallace. Again, just a bit of backup for the right back position. None of these players look phenomenal, but I'm happy with them in terms of backup. Not happy with the wages again, but we are where we are. We can't really complain. We got him from the Northern Irish leagues. And then we've also got this man. We've got a bit of striker depth. This is Kevin Spinelli. Technically and mentally, I'm quite happy with how he looks. He's 6'1", can dribble the ball. He's got a bit of composure, off the ball movements, bit of flair. He's got a bit of everything apart from the physicals, which isn't brilliant. But I'm happy with him. We got him on free from, well, actually, the division we were just in, Northwich. But he was recommended to us. And I thought, you know what, we'll take a punt on him. Like I said, bit of backup. He's only on 90 quid a week. So we can't really grumble with that. Leaving the club this season, it's just loans. No one too dramatic. The normal casualties are Clifton, Rutherford, Max Beams, McGonagall, all those sort of people. No one that we're really going to miss. Just young players, backup players. So that is how we're looking at there. If we go ahead and have a look at the season preview, we're predicted to finish 15th, which is quite generous, but we had a storming season last season, so why not take a punt on ourselves? We are 50 to 1 to be promoted, and again, we've got no one in this Media Dream 11, which is what it is. We will take it. We like to be the underdog. Let's just do that. It doesn't matter. Finances have taken a little bit of a hit since going up. We got £84,000 in the bank balance, but there has been a couple of good changes from our board. So as you can see, we did have a ticket price rise going into this season, which should earn us a nice little windfall. And I'm glad they've gone up because our wages have gone up. So that sort of balances it out. And the next exciting thing we've got popped up here is we've signed a new sponsorship, a 1-year sponsorship for the main kit sponsor. And do you know what? You know what that means? It means we must have new kit designs, which we do. Look at that. Love that. So something that I'm going to add into this save file is new kits each season. So this is our new home kit and our new away kit going into the third season with Isle of Man. Groupon have decided, you know what, this club looks like they've got a little bit of something about them. They've made it up through the leagues. They've got a good following. Why not? They've taken a punt and they have sponsored us for 1 year. And Under Armour, they fancied a bit of a cut as well. And they've come and been our kit designers, kit providers, kit manufacturers, whatever you want to call them, for the next season. So this is what we're going to be doing as well. At the end of each year, we will refresh these. We will come up with new kits. And whenever it says that we've got a new sponsor, we will generate a new sponsor. If a sponsor signs for 3 years, we will keep them for 3 years. Just a cool little feature I thought would add a bit of immersion into our game. I don't know how I'm going to do it or if I'll do it if we join a club that's got a proper license kit. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It doesn't matter. I've just seen here, media prediction 20th, but they said 15th in the media. That's confusing. Never mind. Who cares? The other bit of information that I probably should touch on is Dira's on a non-contract. He's out of contract. Sorry. Yes. So he's our key player. He had an absolute storming season last season, but he wants far too much money. I'm not paying it. I'm not caving into player demands. I know he's a fan favourite, but he wanted something like £500 a week. It's not happening. So he is out of contract. He could leave us at any moment. Will that come back to haunt me? Probably, but I don't care. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how our first game of the season comes around. So let's get to it, and we'll jump back in when that game rolls around. Quick little update. We've just got our next coaching badge. We tried to get another one straight off the back, same day. Probably wasn't a great idea. It has been rejected due to the bigger club. But we have bagged our National B licence, which this is what we needed. It's pushed us up to 1.5 star reputation, which is really good. We might start attracting job offers soon. We've not had one today. We've not had an offer for an interview. We've had nothing. But hopefully that will push it up a bit. We've signed another contract extension. They wouldn't pay me any more money. It's a bit of a joke. But we are here till next year. And we've also had being a strict disciplinarian added to our known fours, and our level of discipline has shot up to 12. So some nice little balance stats going on here. But I'll have to wait a while before we can go for that National A licence. But we're making progress and we're grinding out. And that's all we can do really. It's game day. We are away to Ashton United in our first ever competitive game in the Northern Premier League Premier Division. These are the updates for the board, what they want for the season. They want us to attempt to avoid relegation from the Northern Premier Division, which I think is fair. They've not been over the top. They've not asked for anything unrealistic. We've got a £2,000 transfer budget. It was higher. I had to drop it to put the wage budget up due to the demands of the players. Now we've come into this division. They want us to be competitive in the FA Cup, reach the FA Trophy proper, and be competitive in to Grow Cup. So very low expectations for us this season, which I'm happy with. Do you know what? Let's not try, and I don't know how we're going to do in this division. Today will bear all the answers that we're seeking, but I'm not too concerned about that. I think that's fair, and I'm glad they haven't gone over the top and asked for playoffs or anything ridiculous like that. So here we go then, the starting lineup for our game against Ashton United. In goal, Bardsley. The back four of Wallace, Jones, Mbeka and Kelly. Defensive midfielders of Hiltunen and Griff. And then the three at the middle is Dira, Murray, who I absolutely love. I think he's a phenomenal addition to our squad. Scullion is going to start this game over Leader Williams, just to see what he's about. I want to see what he can offer us. And Zach Clark is leading the line up top. Ashton United, they've got a media prediction of 14th. That's where they play. There's been some heavy editing on that sky. That does not look natural. That's who we are playing in the first game of the season. Where have they been? I mean, they've sort of hovered around these. Last time they were in the National League was way back in 2018, 2019, which it's fairly recent. They've got a couple of cup wins under their belt. Should be a really interesting game. And like I said, this is going to show us if we're ready. Are we ready for this level of football? I'm nervous. You may be nervous. You may not be nervous. The fans will definitely be nervous. Let's get into it. Tail of the tape for this one, nothing, because it's the opening game of the season. They're going for a very standard formation that we see all over FM. We are sticking with the formation that we did quite well with at the end of last season. Let's see how it holds up. I mean, the fans haven't really turned out for the first start of the game, but we do not care. If we can get a win here, they've pegged it as a relegation battle. Cool, no dramas. Let's hear. We got hammered, by the way. I didn't get to show you because Algie continued the game, but we won one game of our last in league. We got beat heavily, so I don't know if it was a complacency thing. I don't know what it was, but our form absolutely imploded after we won the league last season. I'm hoping it's just down to, I said, a bit of inconsistency, but who knows? Wallace has got it to Hiltunen. He's played that back to Eddie Jones. Griff on the ball. Up to Murray. And it's gone through to Zach Clark. And this could be, that would have been the perfect little start to the season. And Bardsley's going to play long ball here. Can Zach Clark win it? He cannot. Now we're going to see what Ashton's all about. There's a massive gap down this right-hand side. And Peretz whips it in. It's a low ball, and they have missed a sitter. Those low balls are killers. Those low balls are absolute killers. But we kept in Becker, which I might have mentioned last game. Can't remember. It's been a couple of days since I streamed. But getting that height is going to be key here. Murray, let's see what he can do. Great ball through. What a turn from Zach Clark, and he's missed. Do you know what? I'll applaud it. I'm not going to get down after a couple of highlights. Great start here. Scullion puts the ball in. He was looking for him back. I couldn't get it. Oh no, Dira was trying to make something happen. He couldn't make it happen. But this is okay. I'm comfortable. I'm happy at the moment. We could be one up. We could be one down though, to be fair, after their miss. So quite even. And that should be... Oh my lord, what was that? We got away with one there. That should have been an easy catch. But he messed it up. But Dira's gone. Don't worry about it. I'm going to attack down this right wing. And yeah, that'll do. That's going to be a corner. This isn't a bad start, you know. This isn't a bad start for the division. Like I said, they were in the National League a few years ago. Scullion's going to whip this in. Ball's in. I don't know why Murray's not taking them. Hiltunen. That'll be the end of the highlight. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Scullion's, we got another set piece. It's out to Murray, back to Scullion. Dira, that's a penalty. It's been given, and this is our perfect start. Who's going to get the goal? Is it Zach Clark? Please don't let me down. He had a bit of a shocker towards the end of last season with his penalties. Zach Clark! 1-0, boys and girls. Beautiful. Just before half-time. And that, he's set a bit of history books there for Clark. The first goal for Isle of Man in the, I'm just going to call it the Premier Division. I'm not going to read that full name every time because that's hassle. But do you know what? I thought it was close. We're dominating that. We are dominating. Keep that going, please. That is just what we need. That morale. Keep that morale up. We've got quite a few different faces in the team today. Kelly's having a stormer. Murray's having a stormer. Clark's doing all right as well. But Wallace has played it down to Murray. Dira's put the ball in. Scullion's lost out. Kelly. Oh, it's 2-0. Tom Kelly in his debut. On loan from Wrexham. Has just put in a beautiful left-footed shot. Murray flicked it on. Dira whipped it in. Good defending, to be fair. But it came straight to... Look at that. That's composure. That is composure from the young man. And we are 2-0 up. Away from home. What a good start. Touchwood. I don't want to mess it up. I want to stay quite composed. But Wallace, again, it's a mirror highlight from last. It's plays it to Dira. Dira's whipped that in. Scullion! It's 3! And it's another debut goal. It's Scullion out on the left. It's given us a 3-0 lead. And do you know what? We're paying people more money, but you've got to pay it. We have to pay for the success. Great ball in from Dira. And Scullion just wanted it more than his man. And Ashton are collapsing in this second half. Kelly's having an absolute blinder down on the left back position. And we are we going to make some subs? Yes. Yes, we are, because we're quite comfortable. Me and Lewis Farmer fell out, but I did give him a new contract. Didn't want to pay him that, but his value's gone up, so he's going to have to come play there. I haven't really... That's an area we're going to have to address, really, because there's not really that much depth there, which is a problem. And then Wallace, we're going to put Luke Burke down. He's got a bit of pace about him. Just mix up. Farmer, like I said, he can't really play midfield. He can play midfield. He can't play defence midfield. But I don't really want to start messing around with the tactics. Bardsley out to Mbeka. Played it to Griff. Out to Kelly, who should be man of the match on this. Murray, what a ball. Clark's got that. No, if that counts as a highlight. No, okay, good. Farmer back to Jones. Let's go play that into Dira. Farmer again. This is great football. We're just keeping the ball playing. All right, what ball over the top? Square that, son. Zach Clark. What was that? What was that? That's got to be miss of the season on game 1. But Murray! Oh, do you know what? This has been too easy. Something's wrong here. I genuinely thought, okay, we're going to get challenged this time. And I might be speaking way too soon, but what a strike that is. A poor goalkeeping. Poor goalkeeping, actually. I was going to say, what a strike. That was shocking goalkeeping. There's no other word for it. But we are absolutely dominating. And do you know what? One more change. And we'll give... Do you know what? He can play. Who cares? It's the last few minutes. He deserves a rest. Rooney's going to come on the last 4 minutes or so. And this should be Murray. If Murray whips this in, he has whipped it in. It's back to Jack Clark. Can't even get his name right. Zach Clark has scored his second goal of the game. Our top goal scorer from last season. Carrying on as he left off. Beautiful play from the boys. I cannot criticise this. Chickening it off for the celebration. And that is as comprehensive as we could have asked for. It's a 5-0 drumming. An absolute drumming of Ashton. We dominated on shots, XG, possession. Dear God, I'm gonna have to give him something, aren't I? I'm gonna have to somehow do something with him. We can't lose him on a free. Do you know what? Look at that. If the season ended today, after one game, we would be champions. That's a perfect start to the league, and I want that trophy. We have got now in our background a beautiful little cup added to our club screen. If we end up staying at Isle of Man, so be it. Like I said earlier, but it's hard not to grow attached to this club. It's really hard not to want to stay here. I've got to remind myself it's not the aim of the game. But anyway, I know it was just one game, but we're gonna end it on this one. I want to take a few of the leagues. We'll come back for these two. We'll come back for Gainsborough away in the Northern Premier Division, and then we will take on our first FA Cup qualifying round against whoever. But yeah, great start to the season. Thanks for your patience in uploading this one. Time's been a bit of a factor for me the last couple of days. Hopefully we'll get back to normal posting. But great start. If let's get triple back-to-back promotions. Let's do it. Let's get Isle of Man where they belong. Thanks for watching all. I'll catch you next time for episode 18 of Unemployed to Hall of Fame.